This is kind of an apology video. Not really, but it is. Does that make sense? By the end, you're going to be like, that's not an apology. And I'm like, I know it's not an apology. It's more a recognition of toxicity. About a month ago, Grace Editora, who has a really great feminist channel on YouTube, I was watching her content and she'd put up something about Roma Army, who's really great, masculist YouTuber, men's rights activist YouTube creator. Great content, Roma Army. And I was interested because I was like, oh my God, like these are two people I respect. Do you know what I mean? These are two people I'm looking at their opinions and I'm like, there's a fire that is a little bit misdirected and maybe rage and anger are taking the forefront in their communication, but that's none of my business. These are two people who are thinking, and they're thinking things that I want to listen to, you know, like one is the empowerment of women, one is the empowerment of men, but both of them have a certain level of, dissonance with the opposite political ideal, you know, and so it can come across like Roma hates women. Sometimes it can. I don't think she does, but it can come across like that. And it can come across like Grace hates men, you know? I don't know if she does. I don't know. I don't think she does. I don't think anybody with a political ideal that is supposed to flourish the evolution of humankind to a place of its, you know, greatest peace can really truly just hate another group of people, you know. But it does stand to reason that while you're talking about feminism or masculism, you will end up talking about examples of the toxic opposite, you know. And so I got involved with that a little bit by just kind of commenting quite vehemently, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why are you being so obtuse about certain things, and why are you, you know? And I guess on some level in the YouTube comments, I was a YouTube commenter who probably wasn't as forgiving as I could have been. Grace has just put up a video saying she's had the craziest month and she's had quite a dramatic reaction. Sorry, no, what's the word? Quite a, sorry, excuse me, what's the word that I want to use there? Quite a triggered reaction, you know, to the back and forth. And I imagine she's got some really horrible comments, you know. I don't think I was one of them, but there is a level of responsibility that she's refusing to take, you know. She's kind of acting like she was being very starstruck and like, oh my God, this content creator talking about me, when Roma was talking about her. And if you watch it back, she was definitely kind of being rude and derisive in many ways. And that's okay, you know? Like, I feel like, no, it's not great to be toxic, but it's okay to admit that you were disagreeing with something that you didn't like, and to lack a sense of responsibility surrounding that and then to act like a victim kind of highlights the issue with social content creation, you know? Is that we don't listen to each other, you know? Does that make sense? The most important person to a feminist should be the male opinion. Does that make sense? You are hoping to change the male opinion. As a civil rights activist or as a civil rights member, whatever, as a person hoping to strive for civil rights, the most important voice to me is that of the intolerant, because that's who I need to hear and that's who I need to change. That's who I'm working for. That's who I'm trying to educate. And I feel like both, perhaps, of these really intelligent people who have really great and interesting content aren't listening to each other, you know? I want to apologize if I added to that triggering, though, you know, that I didn't want to be a voice in the comments that was making Grace feel lesser, you know, or making her feel untolerated, you know? But this isn't an apology, because I'm just justifying it by saying we all need to listen to each other, and I don't think they're listening to each other. So if either one of you end up listening to this video, great content, great ideas and opinions, really funny stuff sometimes. Hey, do you think we can unify the masculist and feminist political agendas? Because I think we'd be more powerful than anything the world has ever seen. Yeah, I'm going to shut up now.